Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you today. All right, yeah, we got to talk about the Gator fans' reactions to the Vols finally ending this awful streak that lasted 22 years down there in Lanesville or Gainesville, whatever they're calling it today. And that's a long time to have a team point and laugh at you like they have done for a couple of decades. Now, we've handled them up here in Neyland recently, but it's still, you don't want a team like Florida to have that streak on you because they'll hold it over your head forever.
Hey, that hurts.
And to end it the way we did was such a odd thing. I mean, we literally never had any stress whatsoever. It was just score, 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 score. And we stopped them every time. Of course, their offense is lame right now. It's just not very good. But that was not how I expected to end the streak. Not that easily. I mean, really, Tennessee just ran off with the lead, and then Heupel just went conservative in the second half and just ran the ball and ran the clock. And Florida helped us with that. Florida ran like a 7-8 minute drive at one point, and I'm going, y'all are down by 4 touchdowns. You might want to pick up the pace a little bit. But no, we're just going to take our time, slowly come back from the huddle, and they'll get lined up, hand the ball to Jaden Baugh. He's going to run for 6, 7, 8 yards, or we'll stop him after 2, or then he'll go another 7 or 8. And I'm going, this is taking a lot of time, guys, and you're down big. But they never picked up the pace. It was just terrible coaching. The coaching's just bad down there all the way around. I mean, it was bad enough with Billy Napier, but I can't believe I'm saying this. They were coached better under Billy. But anyway, I did want to get you some reactions to this and let you see how they feel. And I've never seen the Florida Gators this down. I mean, they're really not where they typically are. And they're great front runners. And I've told y'all for years, when they're running hot, they're one of the toughest teams in the world to deal with. But when they get down, they get down. And this is as low as I've ever seen them. And this is a couple of guys that I've enjoyed watching. This is Swamp Sessions. And they're so blunt and honest. It's an enjoyable show to listen to, whether you're a Florida person or a Tennessee person right now.
Just, it's embarrassing.
Incredibly slow start,
humiliating. Man. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns for Tennessee.
Like that.
I mean, they just ran everything at us. We had nothing. Herb Street and Fowler knew it. We're ABC. It's an embarrassment to the nation. And I'll say this too. I'm so proud of the Gator fan. 90,000 plus 90,000
when they started.
90,455 were there.
Yeah, probably about 40 by the fourth quarter, but that's
all right.
A well-earned departure.
This
is the cliche danger when you do get rid of even a bad coach in the middle of the year and you go to an interim. I mean, we're running on fumes at this point. What a bizarre game from this standpoint. Like the opposite of the other clunkers. Like the other clunkers, the defense would keep you around for the first half, and then the offense would completely do nothing in half number 2. So to watch the defense just give it a boom, 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 and you're out of the game.
Billy Napier hired the worst coaching staff
They're not very
good.
Yeah,
the University of Florida.
I would say they're high school coaches, but I don't want to insult all those good high school coaches around town.
Yeah, that's the thing about hiring a coach that isn't that good. They have a tendency to bring a lot of people around them that are not even as good as him. So I think that's why their bench, as far as coaching is concerned, I mean, it's like they didn't even want to win. They just kind of wanted to not get embarrassed. Maybe that's what they were doing. It didn't work, though. All right, let's check with Brandon over at Locked On Gators. We always got to check and see what he's up to. He is not thrilled. And again, this is as down as I've seen the Florida Gators probably ever.
The fact that the biggest reason people thought Florida might win this game was, well, Tennessee hasn't won in the Swamp since 2003. You know how bad a reason that is? Because it's a really bad reason. I just want to throw that out there. Okay, so I would say that. You have a habit of talking bad about other teams. You mentioned so many things about UT that were wrong, and you've done it to about every team Florida's faced this year and years prior. I don't even remember saying anything bad about Tennessee. I said that Joey Aguilar lofts balls too much, which he did in this game. I never said anybody was better than Joey or anything like that. Said this defense isn't good, but Florida can't score on anyone, so who knows? That's what happened.
Yeah, they're really in a tough situation. They want Lane so bad they can't stand it because they know he can come in and fix a lot of their problems. But I don't know if they're going to get him. And I'm going to do another video on Lane coming up later today because I've got some pretty good ideas of what's going to happen there. And I know somebody says, well, how do you know? How do you know? Who was the guy that a few months ago told you that Joey was going to come back for another year? And everybody said, oh, he's out of eligibility. Okay. All right. Joey's going to be our quarterback next year. I'll keep saying it because I think it's obvious.
How's bragging camp going?
Anyway, let's get into, look, it's really hard to do a Gators video and not show High Top Sports. Okay, this was my original go-to and still my go-to when it comes to Florida football.
The trench is an abomination, man. I think that's what even really irritated me more is that all season long, we were bullied by everybody. Like, let's take away, let's just strip it clean. Strip it clean. I won't bitch about coaching. I won't bitch about play calling. I won't do any of that. University of Florida. We talk about being the Mecca. And I got linemen getting absolutely bullied.
With 2 offensive lineman coaches, not
Bro,
one.
USF was bullying us. I'm talking every game. Kentucky, every game. We got bullied.
Miami.
Hell, even LIU was giving us fits. Bullied.
Texas A&M.
Well, I mean, look, if I say LIU, Cody, I mean, we assumed.
Texas A&M game was bad. 2
Really?
offensive line coaches. We got 2 of those guys. We got 2, not 1.
Yeah, that was the surprising part. You don't bully Florida in the swamp. And everybody's been bullying in the swamp, which is just shocking to me. And here's the thing. And the swamp session guys were talking about how there was over 90,000. Look, the fans showed up, and I knew they would, and they were juiced and they were ready to go. And we never let them in the game, which was huge. I told you folks, the best thing that could happen for us was to get up 14-3 or something like that and take that crowd out because they were ready to go nuts. And they never had the opportunity. Nothing good happened in the first half where they could even cheer. They even missed the 3-point field goal, which surprised the crap out of me. I mean, when you see that happen, you're like, oh, crap. You know, we had that one fumble and got the ball back. I was like, okay, everything's going our way. The last time I felt a game go this well against a team that you don't expect to beat at their house was LSU in 2022. When we jumped out to that huge lead, Hendon Hooker was throwing touchdowns. LSU was fumbling the ball, and we jumped out to some crazy lead and wound up beating them by about 30. Death Valley, yeah, you don't waltz into Death Valley and push around LSU, especially back then. But that's kind of what happened here at the Swamp. And it's so nice to have that monkey off our back, man. And Josh Heupel has won 3 of the last 4 against Florida. Now he's exercised the Swamp. We've owned him up here at Neyland. And I think we're just going to have to admit that Josh Heupel has become Florida's daddy.
But since you do exist, and I'm going to be the head of the household, and you're going to learn to live by my rules. The first rule is, you don't speak unless you're spoken to. You got me? And you stay the hell out of my way.
Yeah, he had to get some things straight. So Heupel's doing great. I know there's about the 1%. It's like, oh, get rid of him. He lost 3 games this year. He's now won 38 games in the last 3.5 seasons or whatever. He's doing great. And that offense, I don't want anybody else's offense. I just want Tennessee's and Heupel's offense every game. Because you're in every game because of it. You're never blown out. You're never getting bullied because you can always come back. You can always build a lead. When you average 43 points a game in a season with the clock rules the way they are, do you think Florida would like to average? They'd like to have one game where they scored 43 points, much less average it. I mean, Heupel has killed it. So to the 1% that don't like him, you're not looking at facts. He's done a great job. We never have any trouble over there to really speak of. Look, the Boo Carter stuff, that's going to happen, okay? You're dealing with 95 prima donnas that were the best in their high school. You're going to have a few guys that think they're all that and a bag of chips. It's going to happen. But as far as really serious issues, Heupel's done a great job. Now, do I wish he'd talk some smack That'd be great for me as a YouTuber. It'd give me great content, but he just doesn't do it, man. He never says the wrong thing. And if you're an athletic director, you love that. If I was Danny White, Josh Heupel would be my guy as long as I could keep him here because he never causes you any problems. So anyway, I did want to show you the fan reactions, and I will be doing a Lane show here later this afternoon talking about what I think he's going to do. And I've got some pretty good ideas about that. Anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know to continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, boom, and boom. That button right there won't cost you a dime, help you get my videos. Hit the subscribe button. I don't ask much of you. And right over here is the most recent video. YouTube, thanks, you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. It's over.
Hey, Spike, how about we chase cars, huh? Does that sound like fun? Yeah, that wouldn't be no fun.